Now let's look at balancing ledger accounts. So in balancing ledger accounts, what we'll do is we'll look at the two sides, debit side and credit side. We'll look at the difference between the two, and we'll add the difference to the side which has the lesser amount. Let's look at what I mean. So I have made a bank account over here which we'll be balancing. Actually, in a double entry system, we'll have to balance each and every single type of account. But for now, I have taken the example of a bank account. So I have written dates over there already. We'll put a few random transactions over there. I have named them A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay. For understanding right now, I'm going to put some vague alphabets instead of putting some real incomes and expenses. And let's put a few random numbers: 200, 3000, 500 and 1000. Similarly on the credit side, I'll put a few numbers: 100, 200, 300 and 1500. So there has been a transaction of 200, 3000, 500 and 1000 on different dates on the debit side, and similarly there's been credit entries of 100, 200, 300 and 1500 on several different dates on the credit side. So now our first step in balancing is calculating the sum on the debit side and the credit side. So let's calculate the sum on the debit side. Our sum will be 3000 plus 1700, which is 4700. So if you add up 200 plus 3000 plus 500 plus 1000, you'll get 4700. Similarly on the credit side, if you add up your values 100 plus 200 plus 300 plus 1500, you will get the value 2100. Yes. Which side is bigger? Which side has a larger sum? The debit side or the credit side? The debit side, correct. So I'll calculate the difference between the two. So I'll do 4700 minus 2100, which will give me 2600, correct. And I'll add this balance of 2600, which is the difference between the two, on the credit side. So I added 2600 over here, and I'll do this at the end of the month. So we will write over here January 31st, and I'll write over here balance carried down, balance CD, which will be 2600. Now if you add up the two sides, the debit side and the credit side, they'll both add up to the same value of 4700. So over here I can write 4700 as a sum, and I can write the same thing, same sum. Okay, let us write it a little more clearly. Yes, so we have 4700 as the sum on the debit side, and we have the same sum on our credit side, 4700. So what this means is that there were several transactions that took place in the bank account where the bank account received in total 4700, and in the month of January the bank account gave out a total of $2100. So how much is left in the bank account? That'll be the difference between the two, which is 2600. So that's what we calculated by balancing a ledger account. So as you can see, on 31st January we balanced 2600. We added a balance of 2600 on the credit side, so that both the sides are now balanced, and I wrote that as balance CD. What CD means is carried down. What do you mean by carried down? Because this balance will now be carried down to the next month, the month of February. So when I'll start my February month, I'll write February 1st on the debit side. Why debit side? Because that is the amount left in the bank. It's a positive balance. And I'll write over the balance brought down of 2000, how much was it? 600. And that is how I'll close my And this is how I balance my ledger account of the bank. First step was to calculate the sum of the debit side and the credit side. Then I calculated the difference between the two and added that to the side which had a lesser value. Then I wrote that the difference as balance CD, a balance carried down. Then I wrote the sums on both the sides, which was 4,700, and then started the next month with the balance carried down, which became balance brought down. BD means brought down because that is the amount that you have brought down from the previous month. You will do these type of balancing ledger accounts for all different types of ledger accounts, not just bank.